everybody. Hi, it's Brooke. We're just waiting on Chirag, but I'm going to quickly show you just how to get on our platform. We've been speaking a lot about doing the practicing and the role playing and everything, and I just want to make sure everybody knows how to find the scripts and the dialogues. So I'm going to share my screen here quickly. All right. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see the dashboard? Good. Okay. Perfect. So if you are unable to log on, I'll give my email here in a second and you can just email me, but I'm pretty sure everybody is already on the platform. So once you do log in, you are going to, let's see, log in, land here on our dashboard. So we do speak a lot about, the session recordings, any scripts or deliverables that we have. It's all going to be, if you go to the left-hand toolbar here on our platform, it'll be under Coaching on Demand. So if you just go ahead and click there, and then we scroll to GCI Accelerator. We have them broken down, as you can see, into quarters. We do have deliverables folder as well as scripts, and I will show you that in one moment. But we are going to Q2, and this is how we have it set up. If you have not seen, we do by each session as they are titled. So if you do click on one session, you will see we have the AM recording, the AM audio, if you want to listen to it, on the go, the chat box, as well as the PM recording, as well as audio and chat as well. So any deliverables or scripts, as I mentioned, we will also put them with the session. So we had Chirag speak that video message script about the rising interest rates. So that's going to be right here. We did clip it for you so you can watch him actually speak that script. And then we also have it available right here. Just click on that to download. So as he keeps mentioning, we will, to continue to keep practicing these. These are how you will find all of the scripts. And then again, we will also have them in the GCI folder for quicker access down here in deliverables or scripts. So you can click there. You'll see all of our past scripts. We've had a few inquiries asking about some past ones, so that's where they're all going to be. I did send out an update via our community, our group, and I'm not sure if you all received that or not. If you go to the left-hand toolbar, go to community, this is how you're going to access our group. Go to groups. If you have yet to join, it will say join group right here. So just join. And then this is where I post, I let everybody know that we did update and upload the script here, and I will make announcements periodically. Chirag will do the same. And this is where you all can also interact with one another. We do speak often about the forums. We did mention too that in 10 by 10 was very successful with these forums. So if you click on forum, you'll see we have one for referral networking, scenarios, role-playing, and accountability partners. And of course, the role-playing one is what we're kind of referring to kind of practice these scripts we go over during session. And then the last one, Chirag was saying, we will be going over scenarios live in session. So if you do have any type of buyer or seller scenario, just type them here in, post them here, in the scenarios. And Chirag will either answer them here in the platform, or we will go over them during a live session. So just a quick recap, once you do log in, you will land on our dashboard. For any session recording, script, or deliverable, just go to the Coaching on Demand tab here on the left-hand toolbar. And then to access the forums or post any type of update for our GCI group, that'll be under Community. So if there's any questions, you can unmute yourself or go ahead and put it in the chat. Or if you do have any other questions, I'll put my email here, and then you can email me if you have any issues with accessibility, if you just have any other questions or anything. I'm not sure if Chirag's on just yet. It's amazing, I didn't know. Yeah, so Matt, the scripts are there. So does anyone have any other questions? No? Okay, I think Chirag is on now, so I will give the floor to him. But again, there's my email should you all have any questions or concerns. Go ahead and email me, I'll be happy to help.
All right, so do you guys all know how to find everything? Thank you, Brooke. All right. So look, this is why this is really important, because look, you have to practice, right? So here's the thing. If you look at what's going on today, this is why this is really important. See this is a thing going up, right? And if this is a client, the amount of information that our clients have access through via technology and information has it continued to go up year after year after year. Yes? Now, here's the question. What do you think is the biggest challenge that you'll face in your business growing, being future-proof? Like, what's the biggest challenge that you see for agents, not individually, agents as a whole going into the future? Drop in the chat. We have one answer. This is kind of scary. Shane, David, Victoria, what do we got? Clients understanding our work, becoming obsolete. David, you get a prize. So check this out. It's not that they don't need us. This is a real life scenario, and pay very careful attention to this analogy here. This is the amount of information that they have, correct? It keeps going up. Technology keeps getting better. They have more stuff, right? So if you go back 5 years ago, how much more could you do for a client that you had control of than they could do today? Significant amount, correct? Now, check this out. If you think a person buying $1 million home or apartment, depending where you are, with closing costs and everything, say they're spending $250,000. If you don't think that person's on the internet a minimum of 2 hours a day, including at work and other times in the evening, going and researching everything about that property and where they're buying and what they're doing, you're crazy. Now, what is going to happen is if you look at the trends, you're going to have consumers that know more than agents do. And that's a problem, right? And if we're not working on how do we share value, how do we have these conversations, and how to be more forward thinking, it's going to be bad for people coming up. No one changes anything, right? Remember all those great agents that had great businesses before the internet came out with properties? They're like, I'm not doing online leads. That's stupid. They have no business. And then they're great brokers. I've met some brokers that I'm like, I'll ask them, like, after talking to them, I'm like, you know, you must have sold a lot of houses last year. They're like, no, I sold 3. I go, why have you sold 3 houses? I don't know how to get clients. I can't get clients. But if you hear them talk about the towns that they know, I'm floored. Like, their level of experience and knowledge does not match their production. And this is an ongoing trend. All of these websites are set on providing as much information that replaces what you do. Correct? Now, when we look at all of this stuff, what opportunity do we have here? Nobody practices. I've done over 10,000 hours of coaching sessions just at Compass. Nobody practices. It's amazing. So as this market shifts, look, when interest rates go up, affordability goes down, which naturally means people drop out, right? So for all of the people that have been coasting on their friends, their family, and just things just going smoothly, they're about to have a rude awakening. Because as time goes on, we're going to get into a skill market. If you look at an article they released in Inman, I think it was like over within the last 3 days, I read it. The amount of new homes sold went down. Amount of homes sold went down month over month. It's the first time this has happened in years. Because people are dropping out of the market. There's a shift coming. So why did we share our platform with you? Because that's where all this information is. There's scripts there, there's videos there, and most importantly, there's all of you. We have a forum where you can post scenarios. If you post a scenario, guess what? I have to answer it because it's in our platform, right? Believe me, if all I cared about was collecting your money every month, I could sit here and talk about social media and a bunch of other shiny pennies that would keep you guys engaged, but I'm not helping anybody doing that. I want to build the future broker, right? We have the whole thing, future-proof agent. I want the people that come here to smoke the people that are not here because you're prepared, you practice, and you know how to meet a client where they are. Think about this. When your client goes online, do you even understand what they're looking at? Does anybody want to volunteer? Anybody? No. That's bad. No bueno. Mas mal. Watch. Now look at this. I'm going to just go to this house here. So look, if I'm a client looking at this, right, there is a price, it's new construction, this is a requested tour, contact an agent, right? You want to go down and this is what your client's really looking at, right? But here's where it gets interesting. This is how easy it is to schedule a tour. They offer a video chat offer and in-person offer. Do you think you might want to offer both? Absolutely. And then if you go down here, service available, see providers, compare speeds, get deals, right? Contact an agent. Like these are all basic things, right? Now, there's nearby homes. There's a walk score. Homes for you. These are other homes that come up. See more homes for you. Additional homes come up, right? Nearby cities. And that's what they have. So my question is, if you don't know what your clients are looking at, when they're on each place, what additional information is offered and what's already being given to them, how effectively can you communicate with them? Anybody? You seem to be the man, the only one that wants to engage with me today, David. Victoria, I'm calling on you because we're friends next.
Yeah, I mean, look, all of my clients are on Zillow and Redfin all the time. They're making, favorite lists, not unlike Compass Collections. I've asked my clients to send me their Redfin list, and I will put it into a collection for them so that we can interact on the Compass platform. But yeah, they already know what the house sold for the last 5 or 6 times. They have all the information before I've spoken to them.
So ready?
Yeah.
Here's what David needs to realize. Can you go on a Redfin site right now, right? Or right now, just in a conversation with us and tell us everything your client's looking at. Like, what are they looking at? What's the additional information? What their UX user experience is like? If you don't know that, you can't meet them where they are. You can't get them on, you can't do any of this stuff. And number one, remember this, the information, it just keeps going up. Why are they going to use you? And then throw in that ruling in Missouri that said that the clear cooperation of buyer's agent thing is a violation of the Sherman Antitrust Act. So you have an agent now that doesn't understand what the client's user experience is. Therefore, they're not having the right conversation with them. And now they're saying buyer's agency is borderline illegal. Like, why should I pay you? Legitimately, why? I can get all that information there. So if you don't practice what to say, you don't know what the user experience is, and you're not continuously doing this to get ahead and figuring out how to utilize the technology in front of you, what do you have in the future for yourselves?
Nothing.
A problem.
Yeah.
Right?
I do feel like,
Now,
oh, sorry.
go ahead.
I was going to say, I do feel like, I know, not just Compass, but all brokerages seem to sort of beat into us that, Zillow is bad, Redfin is bad, like we're going up against these things, but they're not going anywhere. So I have a Zillow account, I have a Redfin account, just so I know what my clients are looking at. So I'm not surprised when they send their stuff. Do I try to get them on the Compass platform? Yes, but some people are stubborn, or you get them when they've already been looking or they had a different agent.
Yeah, or the other thing you have to realize is when you tell them those platforms aren't good or this or that, and the way you go about doing it, you don't want them to feel like you're saying that they're wrong, right? That's the other thing. And like when you understand, like, so what I want to share with you is how David and all of you can shift your perspective a little bit. See, he's getting these things just to see what properties that they're getting, right? So like, let me you know, if I'm looking for a 5-bed, 5-bath in Westport, Connecticut, $2 to $3 million, David, if I was his client, he'd be setting that same alert so he gets every listing that I do, correct?
Correct.
What you really want to be looking for is what is the email that they're sending, what information's there, what's the additional information, how does this all go together, right? And then when you understand what that is, you can understand what they're getting, why they're getting it, and how the information is being delivered, right?
Right.
And then you could market and communicate with them in a very different way.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right now, the next part goes is the interest rates. We're going to have to know how to have these conversations, right? It's not going to end. And the idea of learning how to do this in 2 or 3 days is crazy. You have to keep doing this. Remember the 5-minute rule, 5-minute tasks on 300 days a year is 25 hours. So the year's halfway done. Practice 10 minutes a day, you'll still get 25 hours of practicing. But all that repetition breeds confidence. All right, hit yes if you guys in the chat, if you're with me, in terms of what we need to do to stay ahead. This is why we had you go on the portal. We asked people to find role play partners, right? People to practice with. Every single person just made a post. Not one person went in there and said, oh, wow, look, all these people want role play partners. Let me reply to somebody and engage with them. Nobody. We would turn the notifications on, but we did it one day, and I think Brooke got like 100 emails. And everyone complained. So no notifications. You have to proactively go in there. So you guys are A, going to reach out to each other. B, we're going to sit here and continue to practice this. And C, I need you to adopt this mindset going forward of what the world just think about my pen and all this stuff going up. And on the flip side, that's why it's so important to work your past clients and centers of influence. They already bought from you. They feel good about you. They'll refer you. And they sure as hell weren't here in the technology curve. Some of them were back here. Much easier to sell. It's easier to sell an old client to give you a new one than a new one with all the stuff that they have, right? So I'm going to break this up into Zoom rooms. It's the same role play from yesterday. You know, interest rates have gone up. Have the prices gone down to match? I have some strange feeling that someone has asked me that same question lately. Right? The buyers all want to know this. And you have to be prepared to answer it, right? The other thing is you need to keep track of every one of these challenging conversations that someone asks you about. So you know what to prepare in your arsenal and what to practice. Anyone have any questions? Listen, we are all going to charge forward together, right? Next week, we're going to start the decision-making matrix. We're going to go through in detail how to look at these websites, what to look at them with actual interactive examples. And then the following week, I'm going to have a bunch of agents come here and have a bunch of guest hosts and have each person share something great they're doing with you guys to get something a little different. All right, so let's break them up. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. We'll get you back somewhere, Donald.
Yeah, I went to the room just, but as soon as I clicked on it, I was having trouble getting in. As soon as I clicked, she left. So, sorry.
Brooke will get you into another one.
Okay.
There you go, Donald. Hi, Miriam. I just put you in another room. I think you're still muted.
I went from one room to another, and in neither room anyone else was there.
Okay. Did you see I just moved you to another one? Did you see that yet? Okay, you should be good. I just sent you to a new room.
I'm on my iPhone right now. I didn't see the message.
Let's see. Okay, now, do you see it? Should it be?
No.
All right, all right, all right. So when you're doing this, a couple things, you're going to want to listen through the context of what is somebody saying that you like, what is someone saying that you don't like, and what did you hear that you're like, oh man, like I better make sure that I don't say that, right? Give constructive feedback, be realistic, right? Make the other person earn the conversation, but also don't be an asshole that no one, it's not realistic, right? Like I hate it when people do that. People go through the extremes. They either say yes, 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 or they're like, no, yeah, I would. Listen, if somebody talked to you like that in life, you're like, sir, you could probably do a better job than I could. So have a good day, right? Start tracking this. Look at this and take this very seriously. Because people who practice and do this, I had a gentleman, Nishant, share on the first call. He downloaded my Pitching Compass program like 2 years ago, where I was like, who bought this thing on our website? And he printed out the stuff, wrote it out into Word docs. His conversion on pitches went from 50 to 90%. All because he kept practicing over and over and over again. Right? I think people in coaching are looking for like these magic bullets. In reality, people need a place to go, a community of people around them, and someone to help lead them to practice and practice and practice. So we'll start this next week and we're going to go through the decision-making matrix. In the meantime, do not stop role-playing, go on the platform, find a role-play partner, and let's keep this party going. As always, with love in my heart, I love you all, and I will see you all on Tuesday because Monday's a holiday. Bye, everybody.